here. Are we good? Are we good? Oh, that's good to me. Okay. So double check that I'm live on here. Okay. Boom, I can see me. All right, let's start with a bit of sound clearing. Okay, so this is going to be a quickish reading, hopefully, for the pink full moon that we had just it was a full moon on the 1st of April, and no way, literally on the 3rd of it, coming up to the 3rd of April now. But this is, luckily, when it comes to the full moon, we have 3 nights of the full moon. So we're currently still within the full moon portal. Let's just read into this energy. The full moon is in Libra. Libra is ruled by the planet Venus. So the influence of Venus will be leading us to look into our relationships and to see how we can make them more harmonious. Okay. And this is what I'll pull some guidance from my cards. I've got these cards are the Rose Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. And I also have Little Lenormand deck. I have the Pegasus Oracle, and I also have the Kuan Yin Oracle as well. So I'll have a look at with all of these. Hello, Claudia. Claudia says this. Okay. So I'll pull a card from the Rose Oracle. So guidance for the full moon in Libra. What do we need to know about this portal? All right, so right away, the first card we have here is healing the mother line. So Spirit is asking us to look at our the motherly connection, the matriarchal line. So obviously this would be out looking towards our mothers, our grandmothers, and their mothers, and going way back as far as we're able to. And this connection is very important. So it doesn't matter what gender we are, we all have a mother and we all have grandmothers, and these have a special connection for us, especially when we're connecting, especially when every human, every person, we all hold masculine and feminine energy. So this is why we're being asked now to tap into the mother line. So the additional messages which come with the card are healing, ancestral work, mother line, growing up. And that's interesting that that message comes with Libra. Libra tends to be a bit of a social butterfly sometimes, but sometimes they can have a tendency to have a bit of the FOMO. There's a bit of the fear of missing out sometimes. But this card is saying when we're tapping into this motherly energy, when we're tapping into the matriarchy, that this ancestral line, when we're tapping into our lineage, then this is giving us the right, it's giving us what we need, it's giving us the right energy. Okay, and that is the message there. Cushy Photography says, you a healer? Yeah, that is my name, Ruben Lyron Healer. What are you up to, says Claudia. Is this drawn for me or you? So yeah, these cards are drawn for our collective. So the reading is for us all. But yes, it's applicable to you. So this is the message from this is telling us to pay attention to our ancestral line, to look towards our mothers and our grandmothers and their mothers, etc., going back into the ancestral line, looking at the mother line, because this helps us tap into our own divine feminine energy in every person, regardless of the gender. We all have divine feminine energy within us. So this is why it's important to honor our mother line. Okay, so let me pull the next card. I'm going to go in with the Lenormand, see if there's any other energies around for us, which I see. I feel like the oracle cards are kind of quite gentle, but I think Lenormand is a bit more to the point. So let's see if there's any other energies that we need to be aware of at this time. Okay. So the sun is in Aries. So Aries is ass-kicking energy, fire energy. They're coming, guns are blazing, the fire's blazing. Okay, Aries is a god of war, a warrior. Okay, so let's have a look at this card. Interesting. So this is telling us that there's an important male figure in our life, a man. So it's interesting. So we've had the acknowledgement about the divine feminine, and now we're having an acknowledgement about a special male person, or a person who embodies strong masculine energy. This person is going to have some significance for us at this time. I'm going to pull another one of those cards to see where Spirit is going with that guidance. Okay. Let's have another little Lenormand. Okay. I feel like I want a couple of those, but I'll stick with this one first. Interesting. Okay, so we have the Anchor card. So the ship Anchor. This is kind of, I feel like this masculine energy who's around, he's kind of bit very fast. He's moving around like a little Tasmanian devil. So he's like Roadrunner. He's always like nipping here, nipping there, always active and energetic, and it's almost like that, the Aries energy, the sun energy. So that there's that yang energy, the divine masculine energy within that person, but it seems to be like a constant driving force that's keeping them going on and on, just But the message from Spirit is, don't become too embroiled, don't become too wrapped up in this busy energy, because we need to put our anchors down. We need to lower our anchors. And basically, if you think of it this way, if you're having a conversation with a person, if you're having a conversation with them and you're both walking, but the other person is walking really fast, but you tend to slow down, then the other person will naturally slow down as well. Unless they're kind of cheeky and they're like, what are you slowing down for? But the point of it is, if you slow down, then the other person will kind of pick up on the need to slow down as well. And we need to lower our anchor so that we can kind of look at our situation more clearly, and we can make more informed decisions rather than just rushing into things. Okay, so that is the guidance around that. And Libra, let me read you a bit more about the Libran energy of this pink moon. So Libra is also the champion of the underdogs. So the Libran energy that's coming in, it doesn't like people, it doesn't like the fact that certain people are pushed down, they're oppressed, and that other people are kind of apathetic to that. The Libran influence will want you to kind of get involved there and to kind of give a helping hand and to kind of stand up for these underdog people who are kind of getting hit while they're down. So this is the sort of energy that's around us. So there's a lot of peacemaking energy coming in with this portal. So this energy is going to want us to smooth things out. So this is around our relationships with other people, whether it's a romantic relationship or not, or whether it's just friendships or family relationships. But these are all needing to be looked at and smoothed out as best as we can. So there is a need for mediation here, because we need to bring in more harmony. Right, so let's pull another one of the Rose Oracle cards. Okay. Rose Oracle. Okay. So we have the Holy Grail. Interesting. Nothing. So we're not talking about something little here. So the Holy Grail is something that has been sought after for young, especially when when we're looking at the olden days, medieval times. The Holy Grail was this magnificent, this most coveted thing, because it's such a precious thing. And literally knights would go on quests to retrieve the Holy Grail, because it was that important. So it didn't matter if they lived or died. If they were part of that quest and the Holy Grail was finally and eventually found, then it would have all been worth it. So let's read the message. So stop the endless searching in a quest. Wow. Oh wow. So this is interesting. So it's kind of tying in with the Lenormand card here. So stop the endless searching. So stop the busybodying about, like looking over other people's fences. looking over into new territories for that special something. We're being asked to slow down and lower the anchor. And when we slow down, we have more time to reflect. We've got more time for reflection, we've got more time for meditation. And this is what this card is referring to. It's asking us to go on an inner quest. So rather than physically moving and traveling about, Spirit wants us to take some time to do an inner journey. Okay, so let me put that there. Let's have another Lenormand card. Let's see what other energies are around us. What other important energies are around us as we go through this portal. So we literally just had the spring equinox and we're coming up to Easter as well. So these are all portals. So the spring equinox, it's followed by New Age people, as you may know, and it's followed by pagans and druids, the spring equinox, sometimes called a stara. Now we're coming up to Easter, which is followed by the Christian faith, but it's kind of a rehash of the same thing, to be fair. It's all about renewal, rebirth. Okay, what do we need here? Let's have a look. Interesting. Okay, so we're being shown here the ring. So this essentially is asking us to be more committed, to stop being so loose. So that sounds a bit funny so that could be taken to or be read in a different way. But the most important message here from Spirit is there's a need for commitment. There is a strong need for commitment. So there's a need for loyalty, there's a need for commitment. Okay, let's see what else we can get. Let's go with some of the Kuan Yin cards here. So we've got Kuan Yin's Oracle. Okay, so can you elaborate a bit more on this need for commitment? So we know that Venus is the ruling planet, so it's no surprise that the reading is looking into relationships. So is there any more guidance we can have around this, please? Okay. Sisters of the Star Blossoms. Interesting. Sisters of the Star Blossoms. So for me, that is referring to like starseed origins. So it may be that the person who you're needing to commit to, that you're needing to spend more time with, that you need to be more aspire to be more loyal to, it may be that you're both part of the same starseed lineage. Okay. But the fact that we're talking about star blossoms, though, this shows that you're a bit that maybe one of you is a bit more further along the path. when it comes to enlightenment. Okay, let me have a look at the book for this one. Because I don't read these cards very often, to be fair. Where is the book for Kuan Yin's Oracle? There it is, Kuan Yin's Oracle by Alana Fairchild. Let's have a look. What number it is? So it's number 27 as well. Number 27. Okay, so this is what it says. It is good to remember that whilst we each take our own unique journey back into divine bliss and truth, we have plenty of friends that love us unconditionally and wish to help us to find the way home with the least suffering and greatest joy. When we allow ourselves to be helped, we help others too. It is a spiral of support and love that is wishing to connect more so with you now. Group energy is powerful. So this is like one of the biggest messages of this card here. Group energy is powerful. So when we're setting intentions with other people who of a like mind, when we're coming together in groups, when we're doing group work, energy work, healing, this is going to be powerful. When used consciously, can help us to expand in the same way that if you were doing any task, many hands could make light work, as the saying goes. Well, many hands make light work too. So there's a pun there. So it's talking about light working. Your energy can help nourish and lift the energy of others in a group, as you are able to carry a high vibration of love in your heart. The ancient Chinese over 2,000 years ago referred to Pleiades as the star blossoms. These seven stellar sisters work together as a group higher consciousness to radiate great love and light on our planet. And they can assist us now, or they can assist you now, it says, to find the light in the groups within which you share involvement. It is service to connect with heart-centered groups that feel good and improve the quality of your life, and to be supported and supporting of such groups. You are guided to allow this to happen more in your life right now. Solitary practice is an important element of growth, can be extremely powerful, but sometimes group energy is an important element of your spiritual growth too. You are encouraged to meditate, pray, chant with groups and communities that resonate with your heart. Sometimes more spiritually advanced souls subconsciously feel that they need to carry the group energy themselves. You are guided to surrender any excess or excessive responsibility, to assume your natural cooperation and perhaps even authority in the group from a place of love rather than burden, and to allow yourself to be lifted as well as contributing your light and love to your chosen groups and communities. The Sisters of the Star Blossom know that group energy is give and take, that when we allow ourselves to thrive, so too can the group gain energy and grow. You are guided now to balance your involvement with group energy so that you have ample time in solitude to know yourself as a unique divine being. In group energy on the inner planes, calling on your spiritual guidance that loves you unconditionally, and with group energy on the physical plane, through groups that nourish you and love you in a way that feels good for you. This oracle is also guidance to call upon stellar energies that are unconditionally loving and supportive, and the appearance of the Sisters of the Star Blossoms indicates that you have a soul connection that can nourish you to higher vibrational star consciousness, such as that of the Pleiades. Wow. So that's no light card there. So that we have a connection with the Pleiades coming up. Wow. Okay. Let me pull another. Let's have another one of the Rose Oracle cards. I feel with the pink moon and with these cards being pink and rosy, that they're quite important for this reading. All right, what else do we need to be aware of? So we've had talk about commitment. We've had talk about slowing down, lowering our anchor. We've had talked about the Pleiades. We've had talks about the Grail, the mother line as well. Right, what else is important as we come through this portal? Please let us know. Okay. Whispers of Mother Earth. Interesting. So it says, Whispers of Mother Earth. Creativity, ideas, inspiration, artist, writer, channel. Okay. So this is very interesting. Because when we're talking about creativity, and we're talking about inspiration, so inspiration in ancient times was believed to come from the Muses, who were deities or the daughters of Zeus and one of the other goddesses. I don't remember specifically, but I remember they were the daughters of Zeus and they brought inspiration to people. So inspiration to create art and music, etc. So I feel like this is a reminder for us to connect with our creativity. Okay, so we need to create more to our creativity and also spend time like with Mother Earth and nature and channel Mother Earth's energy and let her energy flow through you. So it's very easy to channel Mother Earth's energy. The simplest way you can do that is by literally standing upon her and visualizing roots going deep into Mother Earth and anchoring you, much like the sea anchor. So it's kind of a similar message there, anchoring yourself into Mother Earth. Okay. And so we want, it's like Spirit wants us to be more of a conscious avatar for Mother Earth. So don't feel like there's a massive separation from yourself and Mother Earth. Okay. Let me pull another of the Kuan Yin Oracle cards. This one. The Lotus Throne. Wow. So that is the Lotus Throne card. So right away, it's the Lotus is bringing us back to enlightenment again. So whenever Lotus is shown, Lotus is a representation of enlightenment. So the fact that Kuan Yin is sitting on the lotus throne is showing that we can reach enlightenment. We can sit in our higher selves, our Buddha self. Okay, let me read a look. What number is this? So it's number 37, this card. 37. So let's have a little more, another look at that. 37. So the same lotus wisdom that enlightens beloved Kuan Yin and all spiritual masters is the very same lotus light within your own heart, beloved. It can take great courage to trust your own inner light, to ascend the throne of your own inner spiritual authority, especially if the light of others around you seems more powerful than your own. You are being asked to trust this inner guidance above all others now. Have faith in your own heart. Know that you are divine. There are times on the path that we can greatly benefit from assistance from others. In fact, these times are almost always. A true spiritual master, teacher, guru, guide, or healer has the same role to connect you with conscious awareness to your own inner light, so that you may come to realize the spiritual power, authority, and beauty that you are in truth. It is the same spiritual power, authority, and beauty that you may see and honor in them. So it's the whole namaste. Sometimes we might need an external guide to help us make that connection. Sometimes we are closer to our own divine wisdom than we consciously realize, and yet we fall into a habit of believing that others may know more of what is good or true for us than we do ourselves. Sometimes, out of habit and conditioning, it's just easier to see the divine light in others than within our own heart. This oracle has come to you to guide you to trust that your own inner teacher is growing stronger, that you have more spiritual wisdom than you may have previously acknowledged, that you will benefit greatly from heeding your own heart's guidance at this time. You are guided here to carefully discern the level of influence that others may be having over you in your admirable willingness to be open, to learn and to grow. You are wise not to surrender your discernment. No matter how wise or powerful a teacher might be, it's wiser and more powerful still to always test what they seek to say to you by sitting with it in your own heart. Does all guidance you have been following feel true to your heart? So is the message resonating? So is what someone else is teaching you, does that resonate strongly with you? Is that in your own truth? Like if you sit with it in your heart space, if you hold your hand over your heart and then you think, okay, if you repeat the thing that this other guru or teacher has said to you, if you repeat it, does that feel true to you, to your heart? So this is what discernment is all about. So at this time, the inner teacher, the guru within all, the goddess light of Kuan Yin in your own heart, is speaking to you, urging you to trust your own divine nature more deeply than ever before. You are being asked to ascend to the lotus throne of your own divine soul. Trust your courage, beloved. Your journey is taking you into spiritual maturity and your own heart. Yes, you can learn from others, but always honor your inner teacher, beloved, as this is your own unconditionally loving and flawless guide. The part of you that is pure divine wisdom always has been and always will be. Wow, so that's a very powerful message there. Okay. Okay, let me pull one of the Pegasus cards. Okay. So can we add any more from the Pegasus cards? Let's see what we get. Winged Pegasus of air. And interesting because Libra is an air sign. Winged Pegasus of air. So for me, this is kind of just, again, it's just showing ease. So there is like an emphasis on doing something with ease, just like kind of going with the flow, being that easygoing, being light, being joyful, and it's finding the harmony and the balance between laying down your anchor and still being able to soar like a Pegasus, still having that lightness in your heart and in your soul. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go with one more of the. We'll have one more Rose Oracle card. One more Rose Oracle. Okay, what other guidance have you got for us, Spirit? What do we need to know about this portal? Okay. The sun. Interesting. So this literally taps into literally what I was, or it supports what I was just saying. Okay, so the sun, the message of this card is joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, and play. Interesting. So, yeah, so the messages of this card definitely do support a lot of the other messages that we've already had. But I'm going to read what it says in the book with this one because I feel like this is going to be a powerful card to end the reading on. Okay, so the sun. Where is the sun? The interesting thing about these cards, there is no numbers on them. Which is a bit strange. The sun, here it is. Okay. Okay. In summer, when the sun's at its highest path in the sky, the rose is at its fullest. Her fragrance is sweet, and the fruit is still to come. In this oracle, the sun represents life force, energy, vitality, confidence, success, positivity, delight, and the sheer joy of life. After it's left the fertile darkness of the soil, the future rose begins reaching toward the light of the sun, which then plays its part in nourishing the rose as it reaches from its potential bloom. And it does this for us too. One of life's greatest blessings is to feel the warmth of the sun on our face, to drink in the golden nectar what life has for us, and to take a moment to bask in being alive. This is your invitation to relish your aliveness, to embrace your joyfulness, to enjoy the simple things in life, to make time to play, to be grateful for your body, to acknowledge the wondrous life force energy that's woven through all of life, to remember that your soul had a dream and your life is it. This is a wondrous card that heralds a time of playfulness, enjoyment, and bliss. The sun can also represent the inner child and be an invitation to have some fun. Have you been all work and no play lately? Is your inner child longing to run free? What can you do to enjoy the simple things in life? When we allow ourselves the space to play, problems that were once unsolvable find solutions. So it leaves us 2 questions for soul inquiry. How can you enjoy your life more? What can you do just for fun? So what can you do that is solely just for having fun? Okay. And Spirit wants you to do that one thing that is going to feed the inner child. It's going to fill up your joyfulness cup, the cup of joyfulness. Okay. So I'll have a quick look. Okay, so I have Jamal. Jamal says, "Yo, bro, you look cool, my bro." Jamal says, "Hi, yo, your hair looks spike, my bro. Sick hair, bro, and where are you from?" So I am from the UK. And thank you for all of the compliments and thank you for watching. So you've inspired me to pull one more card up. This card can be for you, Jamal. So let's have a Pegasus card. Let's see where your wings are taking you. Okay. Pegasus, the Water Guardian. Okay, so there is an emphasis here on the emotion and feeling. Okay, so don't feel that you have to keep everything to yourself, that you have to bottle up emotions and feelings, because there's friends and family who there'll be someone in your life who you can share these thoughts and feelings with and kind of just burden yourself and be a bit more free and let your emotions flow. That is the message which comes with this card. So I hope that is helpful. Okay. Right, so please do check out some of the other videos. I'm on a holiday now from my day job, so I will be doing lots more of these videos, so do check out or do watch out for those, but you can watch more of the videos that I already have on the channel at the moment, but you will have some new videos coming soon. So I wish you all brightest blessings and namaste. Take care all.